Have you noticed how many identities there are in the queer community? What's that about? Hey, I'm Max, and my pronouns are he, him.
I'm Nix, my pronouns are they, them.
And here at -18, Australia's charity for queer young people, we love to talk about what it means to be young and queer in today's world.
If you haven't heard the term LGBTQIA+ before, it stands for people who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and questioning, intersex, asexual and aromantic, with the plus sign meaning more identities outside of this, like pansexual and non-binary. We're a diverse community of people brought together by our shared experiences.
So Nix, why are there so many identities? Can't we just all use the term gay?
Sure, and some people do. Like, I have a bunch of friends who use the term gay to just mean not straight, even when they're attracted to girls, guys, and non-binary people.
And we also use the term queer sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes instead of LGBTQIA+. It can be a little bit easier to say as well. But there is so much power in being able to find the exact words that describe your experience. And it also gives us community.
Yeah, I remember finding the words to talk about my sexuality. It was great because it meant that I could read about other people who had similar experiences to me and eventually make some pretty cool friends. It's kind of like being into a niche genre of music and not knowing anyone else who likes it, then making friends with someone who likes it too, and finally having someone to listen to the music with, to talk about it with, and of course go to gigs together.
Oh yeah.
What was it like for you, Max?
Look, for me, it took me a little bit of time to find the words that felt right. And I was exploring and questioning different terms like gay and queer, but it felt good to be able to test out different words and what felt right at different times.
It's kind of like music.
Yeah.
Identity is personal and can change over time. The words that we use to describe ourselves might feel right today, and then new words might feel better later on.
But does everyone use these words to describe their identity?
Well, actually, some people find that they don't use labels to talk about their identity. They might say, I'm just me, or I don't use labels, and that is so okay. But for others, like us, they've been really helpful. Due to a history where it hasn't always been possible to share our queer identities, sometimes it can be a bit daunting to tell other people. Yeah. What was it like for you, Max?
So for me, it wasn't really that big of a deal. My friends never really pressured me to share my identity, which was great, but I really appreciated the fact that they gave me my own time to share how I was feeling. What about you? What made it easier for you?
Well, when I first came out as non-binary, my friends didn't really know what it meant. They just hadn't met another non-binary person yet. At first, they asked me a few questions, but then I noticed they actually started to learn more about it themselves. They read articles, shared TikToks, and they even watched shows with queer characters in them, and it felt awesome. I really appreciated that they learned more about me and other trans and gender diverse people instead of expecting me to teach them all myself.
Yeah, and I feel like that can be the biggest pressure sometimes, is feeling that you need to know everything about every identity from the get-go. But it is a huge support to learn about someone's identity when they share it with you.
For sure. So in summary, if you're friends with someone who's part of the LGBTQIA+ community, you can be patient while they figure it out, be open to talking about it with them, and learn more about them when they do. And if you ever feel alone because you're figuring it out, or maybe your friend is, just remember there is a huge community of people out there who share the same experiences as you.
100%. And that's the best thing about being a part of the LGBTQIA+ community, is the community that you belong to.
So if you want to learn more about queer identities or how you can support your LGBTQIA+ pals, check us out at -18.org.au. We also host in-person and digital events across Australia where you can make friends.
There are heaps of ways that you can define your identity, and ultimately it's up to you to choose the words that you use or don't use to describe yourself.
Your identity is up to you, and we think that's pretty awesome.